Than her. Hi, Meagan. So I guess we've got some questions today, and you've built your business pretty much online from what I've gathered. And I think that's absolutely amazing. And I think a lot of us can get some really awesome tips from you. So I've got a few questions.
Sure.
All right. So how long have you been a wellness advocate with doTERRA?
I've been a wellness advocate in total for 2.5 years, but within that 2.5 years, I took 18 months off for a teaching position. So for me, it's been a long journey, 2.5 years, but it's been such a great journey, and to be able to step out and come back now full time, I've quit my teaching position to doTERRA has been amazing. So yeah, 2.5 years, but 18 months of that was full-time teaching.
Yeah, awesome. That's fantastic. You've done so well, Meagan. So what is your current rank?
I'm silver, and I reached silver within the first 10 months of my business. So that was when we were traveling around Australia. So yeah, I built myself to silver and then went off teaching, and now I'm back. So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, absolutely. So did you enjoy, I'm just throwing you off a little bit here, but did you enjoy being able to travel and growing your doTERRA business?
Absolutely. And I see so many other people now doing it that I just think you can do this business wherever. And that's what's so amazing. When I'm planning holidays, even now with my family, we're going to Fiji in 2 weeks. And I think I don't have to ask for time off work, but I also can be present while I'm there. I don't need to work while I'm over there, but if I want to, I can log on, I can do anything. It's location independent. So I really love that aspect of it. And when we were traveling around Australia in a caravan, it was unreal, you know, being able to make those connections in all parts of Australia, building the doTERRA business and sharing oils with people. So that was awesome.
Yeah, it's such a great thing. Flexibility is fantastic.
Yeah, that's it. With 3 little ones, it was great to be flexible.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how many in-person classes have you hosted?
People are going to go, but I actually did my first class last week. So it's amazing. And the reason that I came to this conclusion is my social media platform, Little Tribe of 5, has been an amazing platform for me and a great way to make connections with people all over Australia in different parts of the country. But what I was lacking and what I felt that I was lacking was connection. So I got to a point where I'm like, this is going to be great. My business is going great through social media, but I really want to make those connections one-to-one with people. And I'm a school teacher, was an assistant principal. I have no fears of getting up in front of a crowd, but do you think I could do a class? And I actually made it my story. Like, I actually was telling myself that it's all right, you don't do classes, you do it well through social media. But that's great, but the connection was lost. And that's where I thought, I need this. If I'm doing this full time, I need to make connections with people. And that's why my one class last week, and I really stood back after it and went, what have I been doing? This is crazy. Like, I've missed out on all of these wonderful opportunities to do classes. So yeah, social media has been great, and not doing classes but connecting with people has been great through social media. But there comes a time where classes need to be had for those connections, because this is what it's all about, is sharing those connections with people face to face with the oils and giving them an actual oil experience.
Yeah. Do you feel now that you will do a lot more classes in person?
Absolutely. Yeah. Once I bit the bullet, and I don't even know why I made it my story, but once I'd done it, I felt so good afterwards. You know, I felt so happy to be able to share something I'm so passionate about. And I just don't get that one-to-one through the screen. Like, I get that personal connection with conversations and what have you, but being able to sit in front of people and actually hear them talk as well. And I had a few doTERRA wellness advocates already that came to the class as well. But hearing them talk and bounce off ideas about the essential oils and going, yeah, that's actually what happened to me when I use them, that was pretty powerful. So I thought, this is going to be great. And I'm really looking forward to, I've got a class booked in a week. So I'm really looking forward to doing my next class, and probably more and more after that.
Yeah, awesome. Fantastic. That is so good, Meagan. So how have you grown your business then? If you haven't been out doing your classes, how have you grown your business?
I've been doing lots of posts, and I had this question come up a while ago, so I'm really glad you asked. But somebody said to me, I really don't like staging photos. I don't think it's authentic, and I don't think that it's something that I wanted that aligns with me. And I think that's great that they are sticking to what their values are. But at the same time, we're visual creatures. And I learnt this through teaching, is that kids want to see things in the flesh, and they want to see bright colours, and they want to hear, different things and be able to see things. So when I've been posting my posts on social media, they're not staged where it's not what's happening. It's actually, if I'm going to the oil box in the morning, I'll actually take a photo from a bird's eye view of the oils that I'm using. And I always love bird's eye view. It's just something that I think has been successful in the business. But taking a bird's eye view shot of the oils that you're using, and maybe an oil book or something different. But my posts have been successful. But the thing that goes along visually with those posts, like you can post a really nice picture using filters, and we're human beings, we want to see great things looking at them. But the thing that I've found that has been most successful is the story that goes with it. So I don't actually ever post wild orange doTERRA essential oils and put a story like that next to it. I always post what I'm doing with it in an authentic way, and how I'm using it, or how my family's benefiting from it, not just putting out marketing posts. And I think that's really important. I actually saw a checklist, a business checklist that someone posted that actually had the 3 things that you should be doing every day. And there was social media posts was one of them. The second one was personal posts. So you're not just saturating your feed with doTERRA essential oils. That's great. Do post them, but make sure that you're posting about your personal posts, so that you've got that great balance between them. But yeah, my page has been quite successful with stories that go along with my essential oil posts.
Yeah, absolutely, making it real.
Yeah, making it real, and it is real, and this is how I use them. So it's for me about, with the kids, how I'm using them with those. And if I see them grab an oil, you don't always have the camera there, but that moment did actually happen. So then I'll go to Pippi, smell that oil again, like if she just grabbed it, because it is real. It is what's happening in my house. And I think that's most important. Yes, the colours are staged. Yes, the filter's staged, but that moment actually prompted me to take a photo of what was happening.
Awesome. Can you hear Yana screaming?
Yeah. This is what I love too, is that we're real. We have kids in the background. We have kids out, doing different things. So it's great.
Laz, is she okay? I have no idea. I'm sure that they can work it out. She's with her dad and her sister. She's not alone crying out there. They probably took something off her she wanted to play with, and it's all over.
Yeah. Another thing that I just wanted to add on to that last question is people love reading about you and your story. And a lot of us think, oh, why is my life so important? And it's not that it's so important. It's just that other people need other people's posts and to see what they're doing. And people are naturally sticky beaks. So they really do love seeing what you're doing in your household. And that's what prompted me to buy my oils through Kim Reed, was her posts all the time on social media about what she was doing with her family. So even though I was trawling in the background, I was actually taking note of what was happening in her life and the journey that she was on. So that's really important, is that share your story, whatever it is, because people want to hear it.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Meagan, I'm just going to pause this recording and go sort out Yana. All right, we'll continue on. I think Yana's okay. Yana's okay. So online's been how you've grown your business and being authentic with that. But what is your most successful platform?
Instagram has definitely been my most successful platform. I do have Little Tribe of Five both on Instagram and Facebook, but I find that they're both really amazing and they both have a need. So for me, Instagram has been amazing doing the layouts, like I said, doing bird's eye view shots of my oils, or posting the oils and what they're doing in my family. But Instagram's great visually because they've got a story underneath it, but people don't have to go trawling through people's Facebook pages to find things. They're visually looking at pictures. And if somebody can, they hear who you are, say Anastasia Adam, they go to your Facebook, your Instagram page and have a look, they can pretty much get a clear picture of what your lifestyle is based on a few scrolls, whereas Facebook doesn't have that visual appeal. So you actually have to sort of read through stories and tags and different people that have tagged them, and it just sort of takes people off track, whereas Instagram visually leads that person to your lifestyle in a scroll or two. So if I usually look at someone's Instagram page, what attracts me is the bright colours, the layouts that they choose to have, and then I can really get a picture or a snapshot of their life and whether I'm interested in that, in those, two scrolls. So it's a really quick way to advertise without advertising, if that makes sense. And Facebook, I found, has been amazing for promoting, and I love promoting. I don't necessarily promote my page, but I love promoting events that I'm doing. And I've found that has been super successful, because in the event section where you can invite people, and you can invite people who are friends, not friends, connected, not connected, but they are also follow-ups, because if they're clicking onto your event to say, yes, I'm interested, even if they don't attend, one, you can post the recording, but two, you can also go to the people, the list of guests that say, maybe I can come, and they have clicked on that because they're interested in essential oils. The maybe is maybe I can attend or maybe I can't, but the interest is definite. So you know that with those follow-ups, those maybe people or the can't goes, is that they're people that you can say, hey, I'm spewing that you missed my class last week, but if you're interested in essential oils, I'd love to have a chat, or something like that. So they're both great, but they both have different needs for me through social media.
Yep. So through your Instagram, how do people then, are you getting enrollments through that? So my next question really is, how do you bring in the new enrollment? So is that from your Instagram? Is that what's happening?
Yep. That's just from my personal story. So I rarely ever put I'm a generator, so I can't put out to and if you don't know about that, you can seek that another time, but I can't put out a direct message. It's not my personality to put out a direct message saying come buy, or Home Essentials Kit, $330, contact me. It's not my design, but what I can do is I can actually post what I'm doing in an authentic manner, and then people naturally go, oh, I've been following your journey about essential oils. Can you give me a bit more information? So that for me has been all my enrollments is through my social media, but also providing something visually pleasing for somebody. And I think that's really, and by being visually pleasing, it's being real. So having the kids in it, or having, my diffuser on and the oils in front of it. So, yeah.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. It's really nice to know that you can, if that's the type of person you are, that you can still be successful without being the type that has to write those kind of messages.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that people can't do that, because we're all made up differently, but I've seen people also on social media say, whatever, come and do this, and they're still as successful. But for my human design, it's that I can't approach people, but I let people come to me, and the reason they come to me is through those social media posts about what my life is about, and doing personal and doTERRA stuff, because it's really interesting when you see somebody posting about something, and especially that trust of building the trust over time. There's a lot of fads that come and go, but if you're only posting social media every now and again to do with doTERRA, you're not really providing that trustworthy, I'm really passionate about this, I want to get this out there, I need you to have a look at this, I want you to invite yourself to come and contact me. Whereas if you're doing, those personal and social media posts, you're getting a great balance of, yes, I'm real, but I've got something to offer you.
Fantastic. I love it. Absolutely amazing. And how do you find people to join the business? So to join and collaborate with you in the business?
I think that's another thing is the journey that I've sort of been on. I think what had happened for us is when we packed up our house, rented out our house and travelled around Australia, it's really taking a leap of faith. And I think that people want more people to be genuine. So you don't have to travel around Australia to get that same connection, but by posting things that really are real. So like I often post things about anxiety or stress, or my own story of it, and say, like, I've had anxiety's been creeping in lately, but I've got this bottle of whatever. People go, oh, that's just her life, and that's what it is. So taking risks in your posts also allows people to connect. And we all know Constance Hall, everybody just went, bananas over her, because she was actually sharing, not only the good times, but the shitty times. And they're things that we often, as women, also don't speak about. So having that ability to connect with people through your own stories is really powerful.
Yeah. So I think something that I feel that comes up a lot for us is perhaps sharing your story, yet also being able to keep things private, like finding that balance of what to share and what not to share. And keeping something for your family that is private yet still allowing people in. And how do you feel that you've been able to get that balance?
I feel that that being able to express, I'm somebody that I wear my heart on my sleeve, so it really comes naturally to me to open up, but I know a lot of people aren't the same. But I really feel that it's searching deep within for your personal story. Like that, years ago I started a little blog, and I just sort of released some inner stuff publicly, but they were sort of inner blocks for me, and I got the guts to do it, and I got it out there. And ever since then I've been able to move forward with my story, and it's been hard work. Like, it hasn't been easy. And 2.5 years ago, I wouldn't have sat here and said that I'd be doing this in this way. Like, I just wouldn't, because I wasn't brave enough. And I think it comes from being able to share the good parts in your life. And I don't mean like, right, every second day I'm anxious or whatever. That's fine to keep that personal. But it's just about every now and again showing a bit of dark as also a lot of light. Like, I'm attracted to light and light posts on Instagram. I don't really necessarily like heavy stuff, but I like to hear that somebody is also along that page. So I would say, like, within the posts that you do through social media, I would say that 1 out of every 20 might have a little bit of darkness. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And the rest are light, and the positives. And there's nothing wrong with sharing all the good. And a lot of people have said before, oh yeah, but Instagram, it is pretty staged, or Facebook, is it really real? It's not that it's not real. It's just that, why shouldn't we celebrate the good parts? And that's why when I post my stuff, I'm really celebrating my moments of winning. Like, I'm like, oh, if the kids are all playing, I'm like, wow, we're winning. Like, because there are times in our life where that doesn't happen. But it's not that you're bragging about your life and your life looks perfect on the outside, but it's about sharing those moments of winning. They're moments of winning in your life. And I think that's really important. And people want to know that, yes, I'm real, but also I am winning at some parts of my life. And, that's part of it, turning the sort of staged Instagram to a positive.
Yeah. Awesome. And what do you feel are your strengths, and how do you use them?
Personal connections. And I think this is social media and classes. I think that this is an important thread through both of them, is personal connection. So if I have somebody in my list of events and the maybes, I will personally reach out to them and say to them, not a blanket conversation, but I will actually say, hey, whoever it is, I saw that you're really interested, but you couldn't attend. Is there anything that I can help you with via essential oils? And they might write back and say, oh yeah, thanks for getting in contact. I was really interested in this. And I say, what are your needs? Because I think that is really important, is to make it personal and to figure out what their needs are. Why are they reaching out to you? What do they think essential oils are going to give them, and how it can help them? And if you know those things, then you can personally tailor what they need to their beginnings or their essential journey and the beginnings of it. So personal connection is number one. And I think I treat everybody who contacts me like they're part of it. Like, I don't want them to feel that I'm just like, hey, yes, here's the kits, go for it, have a look, come back, I'll talk to you in a second about it, give me your credit card details, because that's not what it's about. It's about really finding out what they need, whether it's emotional or whether it's health-wise, and then sort of, talking to them along those journeys. And 9 times out of 10, the Home Essentials kit covers it all. So that's what I really love about, unless someone specifically comes to me and says, I only want mood support, then I'll go, oh, there's a great mood management kit that you can get, or there's the emotions range. But 9 times out of 10, it is a Home Essentials or above that I find that helps them.
You are going to be amazing in person, in class, in classes.
I really want to record one. I want Brett to record me so that I could, see what it looks like from the outside. Because I'm so nervous. But
no, don't do that to yourself. Just go and have fun. Oh no, what am I doing? I hate watching myself back. Okay, so what advice would you give to the Meagan that was 2.5 years ago when you started doTERRA, if you look back now?
No matter how many personal blocks you have, whether it's fear of standing up for a class, whether it's fear of a live feed, whether it's fear of not having enough knowledge, just face it. So whatever that fear is, face it and do it, because although it's taken me this long to do a class, there's been a lot of other personal blocks that I've had before this about putting myself out there, sharing my story, not wanting to be salesy, all those things that have sort of written my story. And I feel that I am even though I stepped out of doTERRA for 18 months, not because I wasn't in line with the company, not because of any other reason, but because a job offer got given to me that I couldn't resist in my local area. And I had to have the duality of both of those things to show me exactly what I missed. And halfway through it, I was like, oh, what am I doing? Like I'm back to the 9 to 5. I'm, stressed. I'm all of this stuff. And I think by having that label of assistant principal to me meant a lot because I grew up in the ghetto, as what people say. And I feel that was my journey, is if I had a label, then I was something or somebody. But for me, it's been about I'm me, and I absolutely love these essential oils and what they've done for me personally and my family. And how can I not share that with everybody? So I felt that I'm doing an injustice now if I'm not sharing that. So I have to face them, and I have to stand them right in the face and say, hey, I've just got to face it, make the call, do the class, attend the business, do all of this. And I have the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 strategy. You might have already heard it, but it's just you start at 5, you get to 1. And by the time you get to 1, you just go and do it. So your body has no time, or your mind has no time to kick in that negative talk and say, no, don't do it because you'll be scared or fearful. You just got to go do it. So yeah, I would always say, just face it, just go and do it. And the quicker that you go and do it, now even seeing myself taking this long to get a class done. I just think, oh, I've just wasted all this time not bloody doing classes. But my circumstances have changed, so now I'm full-time doTERRA and I have the opportunity to do that. So
when we started this interview, you said something that's really caught my attention, and you said, when I started all that time ago, and I was just thinking, 2.5 years in the scheme of things is such a short time. And I think we seem to miss that and forget that a couple of years is like the teeniest amount of our work life and our time in sharing these oils. And we seem to feel that because some amazing people have done this business very, very fast, that it is long to not be at the highest rank in a couple of years. And I think it's really important that we back that up and remember that a couple of years is the reality, is not long to be growing your own business.
Absolutely. And seeing the benefits. Like when I was even away teaching, we talk about residual income in doTERRA, and that income, even though it wasn't enough to retire me at the time, that income was still streaming in. And I feel like that for me was a massive realization that I was going, wow, like imagine I'm only silver. Imagine what can happen, when I'm, 5 years down the track and I'm the same. I don't ever put a time on a rank for me, because I feel that I know that it's coming. I know that it's moving, and it'll move when I'm moving. And that's what's happening now, is that you're back in, you've got that time to really nurture your business. And I feel that if you're only half-assing something and doing something half-assed, you're not really doing it. You just sort of, you're there and making progress. But I know that now I'm in the moment where I can really sink in and just know that it's everything. So yeah, it is, even though it feels that long ago, it's such a great opportunity to build this business and know that, 5 years or whatever, this will be, something even more magical than it is now. So
it's exciting times, Meagan. What are your hot tips?
My hot tips are, number one is that freebies aren't necessary. And some people might go, what are you saying? But I really think that the most valuable thing that you can give someone when they join is you. So that's nothing. That doesn't cost anything. It's not, you handing out samples left, right and center. That's great too. But when somebody comes to you, they're coming to you for a reason. So freebies aren't necessary. Yes, they have a time and a place, but you are the most valuable thing that you can give your enroller. Enrollment is that ability to have you to chat with, or your group or your tribe or whatever you've got. They've got that opportunity to have people around them to help them nurture that journey. So that's number one. I've written them down because I had a really good think about this one. LRPs light up with education. So this is something, when I was away teaching, my LRPs were like, tick, 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 and they were slowly dulling down, and I was sort of like going, oh, what's going on? But since I've been back and being able to reconnect with those people, hey guys, I know that you've been walking this journey alone for a little bit of time, but can I help you with anything? I've got this little Oil Tribe page. Go there, ask questions, whatever. And the more I've been educating and posting, like I post 2 or 3 posts a day sometimes about different things to do with essential oils, education, then my LRPs have just slowly lit up again. And I think that's really important, that if your LRP rate is low, then maybe your wellness advocates are lacking some education. Because once they start using the oils, then they go, and somebody's feeding it and saying, hey, this is what you should have. You heard about this article or whatever? They go, oh, there's so many uses for these oils. I need to get this and I need to get that and I want to get this. Well, that's a perfect opportunity for LRP. And number 3 was do classes. That was number 3, because I just think, not that you foresee things and go, oh, I wish that it was this way, but I know that if I had put myself out there all those many moons ago and did classes, things may have even been greater, but I know my journey's my journey, and there's a reason why it has taken this long. And number 4 was no one will do the business like you do. So if you don't do the stuff that you need to do, nobody will do it for you.
I love those hot tips are on fire, Meagan. They are amazing hot tips. Absolutely. And you nutted that, like, no one will do the business like you. How true is that? It is so true. And I think we all need to really remember that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It has been a blessing, and thank you so much for taking your time and answering these questions for us.
No worries, Annie.
We really can take a lot from you, and I'm excited to see your journey from here on in with classes.
Yeah, that's it, together all the way. But I just want to say thank you too, because I know you've got little ones, and I think it's great that we can get on and collaborate here and really talk to people about different journeys. And you can look out for my interview with Anastasia coming up. So thank you.
It's exciting. Thanks, honey.
Thank you.